All right, so we're talking to pressure washers, and we're going to talk about how to reduce taxes, how to grow your business. My name is Rob. I'm on the marketing team, Performance Financial. Drake, you're a CPA, tax and accounting expert. Introduce yourself. Help us get to know you a little bit here.
Yeah, I run Performance Financial, man. We absolutely love working with clients that are focused in that pressure washing space. And really what we do is we take away all the stress of the back office. We do taxes, we do bookkeeping advisory. Ultimately, what we're doing is giving you the tools and the pieces to make really good decisions inside of your business, to save you money, put more cash in your pocket, and take away a lot of the stress of the day-to-day back office.
And you're doing this outsourced accounting model. So if folks, if you're a pressure washer, you might not know this. So I got my own marketing company. I work with Drake. I've been an entrepreneur for almost 10 years now. I had a tax and accounting firm before I had this marketing company. And now I work with Drake. And long story short, when you're getting a business going, we understand what happens is you grind it out the first year or two. You're just trying to make it and not lose your house. You're trying to actually create profits. And then all of a sudden what happens is you're in your third, fourth, fifth year. And little do you know, there are massive things that you could be doing to move the needle in how much you pay in taxes. And it's just blocking and tackling. This is not super complex stuff. But then also the unsexy stuff of productivity. So proactive tax planning, bookkeeping, having financials that are rock solid. So when it's time for you to go in and get brand new equipment, you want to scale up and get another truck, you want to get a line of credit, whatever that looks like. There are things that you need from your accountant. And that's what, Drake, tell us a little bit about this outsourced accounting model where you do the taxes, the bookkeeping, the payroll, the proactive tax planning. Help us understand what you're doing for these guys. Then we're going to get into how to reduce taxes. We're not going to waste your time here, but we want to introduce yourself. If you're a pressure washer, doggone it, book a consultation, and we're going to do an analysis on your taxes to try and find ways to reduce taxes. Like, that's the bottom line. We want to find ways to add value in your business. But Drake, help us understand more about what you're doing for pressure washers as a CPA and an accountant and a bookkeeper.
Yeah, our business is really easy. We have three products. We have bookkeeping, we have advisory, we have tax prep. Tax prep really for our clients is just a product of good bookkeeping and good advisory. We're going to make sure your books are perfect. They're pristine. You have great information. We're going to take that information, sit down in our advisory meetings, and we're going to actually put effort and action into that information. So you could tell me you have all the numbers in the world. If you're not doing anything with that information, it's garbage. It might as well be paperweights to you. If we're doing those two things really, really well, we're being proactive throughout the year, we're taking advantage of different deductions, we're being smart with our money, the tax return just becomes a small hurdle come February, March. It's just a little compliance hurdle. It's not this thing that we stress over. And so really those three core services really help to streamline your business, take away a lot of that fear of the back office and the fear of the unknown. Tell everybody the IRS is the best fear monger that's ever existed. We'll take that off your back. But we're also in the process going to help you. How do you understand that your employees are making you the most money? Is your equipment really returning a good value? Should you buy? Should you finance? Should you lease? When you go to the bank, you're not sitting there struggling going, boy, do I have the right things to give to the banker because I really need this loan? We got a big contract coming up that we don't have stuff. We're going to give you all that, put all that into a nice little box for you so that you can just hand it off, make your life really simple and easy.
So before we dive in, we're going to create a handful of videos throughout this whole thing. That's just an introduction. So if you're a pressure washer and if you're not 100% like convicted that you're doing everything possible to reduce your taxes, if you're spending any time doing your own bookkeeping, your own payroll, onboarding contractors, onboarding employees, boy, connect with us here at Performance Financial because we're gonna handle that for you. That's kind of what we've developed is this service model that's not like your typical accountant. Your typical tax firm or your typical bookkeeping firm, what they do is they work in their own little silo. And what's amazing, what you bring to the table, Drake, is you're a certified public accountant. You're a CPA. You're not the typical.
All right.
You didn't start this bookkeeping business because you watched some video that said, you know how you can make a lot of money is doing bookkeeping. No, you got a passion to bringing this high caliber ability that you had at these big corporations up until this point to help small business owners. So if you're not completely convicted, if you're not certain that you're doing everything possible to reduce your taxes and if you're messing around in your books at all, that's wasted time. You need to focus on production and sales. Those two things are like the the engines in your airplane that give you lift. Everything outside of production and sales will bring down the airplane. It adds weight to it and it's unnecessary. And what I've really come to appreciate is that when you do the average monthly bill that you're doing for businesses, doggone it, you're cheaper than having any of your staff screw on, even if they spend like 3 or 4 hours a week in any of this stuff. You're a much better solution. And you work with Jobber, you work with Service Titan, you work with House Call Pro. You know how to work with all of the CRMs and systems that they have, and you're helping them reduce taxes, and you're just doing it so they can focus on their business. So we're going to dive in, watch the rest of these videos. But if you're a pressure washer, man, you got to book a consultation. Give us the opportunity to find ways to reduce your taxes. Like, it's a game to us. Drake is super wise at being able to look at a tax return, find out if you're maximizing your S Corp. Should you be hiring your kids? Are you getting the most out of a small business retirement plan? Are you proactively planning when it comes to buying new equipment and replacing that and using either Section 179, bonus depreciation, or regular depreciation? So if you like the idea of doing that, just book a consultation. We're not going to get all over you. You're out of Des Moines, Iowa. I'm out of Minneapolis here. I work with Drake a ton. But why don't you just, if somebody books with you and books a consultation before we dive into these other things, what would they expect that process to look like?
Yeah, 30-minute quick question. We're not going to harp on you with questions. We want to learn about you. We want to see where there's areas that we can improve. We want to answer your questions too. I know a lot of times this is confusing. You don't know what to think, or you have 10 other people from TikTok and your friends and your grandparents telling you what to do. Like, we just want to help answer some of those questions, provide actual guidance from somebody that knows what they're doing and what they're talking about, and then just walk through what we do. Give you a little bit better understanding of what our processes are, what that looks like for you. And so book a 30-minute consultation. We'd love to sit down and get to know you, learn about your little bit business a bit more. But really, I tell everybody I got the best job in the world, Rob. I get to talk to business owners all day. It's freaking awesome. So book a free appointment with us. We'd love to learn a bit more about your business and help you out.
Absolutely. Looking forward to it. Now we're going to dive into the 12 things.